When access is denied to the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. So, access, this is what the narcissist has always wanted. It's what they need. It's what they can't do without. But it wasn't exclusive to you. You see, you were just one person that the narcissist had access to. And it didn't matter if they were your parent, if they were your spouse, if they were your sibling, your colleague, coworker, whoever they were or whomever they were. They wanted access to you, but access to not only you, other people. However, they wanted access to your information. This is what the narcissist does. They infiltrate people's lives. They infiltrate people's minds. They creep into people's energy fields. And when they do these things, they learn all about these people. And when they learn about said people, which was you and it was myself, and we don't know what narcissism is, we are ripe for the picking, which means when you met that narcissist or the people that you met, the toxic people, you were vulnerable. You were certainly naive. You were uneducated. You were wearing your heart on a sleeve. You didn't know narcissism existed. So how could you realize that every time you were communicating with somebody, they were simply learning more about you and figuring out which buttons to press either that day, that night, or at a later date? Because the narcissist needs access. Think about it. Think about, let's say you were working with the narcissist. Maybe they were a coworker or the workplace bully narcissistic boss. Why do you think that person was always asking you to grab lunch? Or why do you think that they were asking you to do all these reports that seemed like busy work? Or why do you think they were so nervous when the deadlines, the quarterly reports would be due and they would want to make sure they connected with you, but the other 89 days of the quarter, let's say 90 days are in the quarter, the other 89 days, they didn't have the time of day for you. The reason why is because they were using you. They had you manipulated. You were trapped. You were subservient to them and you didn't know any better. And so using the example with the workplace bully or the narcissistic boss, that person did whatever they could do to make sure you never elevated or ascended in the company. They also wanted to give you the work of 2, 3, maybe even 4 other people. They also wanted to burn you out, and they didn't give you credit. You never got that corner office. You never got the pay raise. You didn't get the promotion. You didn't get the time of day. And the longer you stayed in that job, the more you realized that people were talking about you at the water cooler, and people weren't wanting to grab lunch with you as often, or people weren't spending time with you, but yet they were asking your opinion on certain projects, etc. This is what access is to the narcissist. So another example, let's say you married the narcissist. And if you did, my heart goes out to you. If you met the narcissist in any capacity, my heart goes out to you. But you did because you're here and you're getting your cup full. But say you married the narcissist. Well, to you, the marriage or the wedding was meant to be your commitment to a person and to essentially live happily ever after. That was the plan. I can assure you that's what you were thinking because you were committed. Why else would you get married? You didn't get married just because, oh, I think it's a good idea, let's do it. You were in love, and you thought that that person was in love too. Why? Because they were love bombing you. They were showing you the promise of what would never come to fruition. They were showing you a side of the mask that was not sustainable. They were custom fitting the mask for you. This is what the narcissist does. So, say you married the narcissist. What happened? Well, as soon as the cake was cut, the guests left, and the wedding ring was on your finger, the narcissist knew that they had built-in supply. Built-in supply is when they now know that you're committed with the ring, and they now know that all the people attended your ceremony or your wedding, they now thought that you were in a loving, stable, healthy, committed relationship. Well, that's what you thought too. Narcissists thought nothing of the kind. What they thought was, yes, now I have my cover. Now I have my front. Now I'm blended in to the fabric of society with this wedding and the ring. And now people know all about me. And now I will begin to dismantle my spouse's life slowly. And I'll start with all the people that were at the wedding. Some of the people I knew about, others I had just met, and other people I want to get to know better because they could be my spouse's replacement. I hope you're following all of this. The narcissist wanted access to you. And the access was you would be the person, this is again if you married them, and it doesn't have to be marriage, but this is the example I'm sharing with you. Now what would you be doing? Now you would be texting them morning, noon, and night. Now you would be taking vacations, and every year the vacations would increase financially, or the bar would be raised. Now perhaps you had kids and you had to take care of the kids. Now you had to deal with mortgages, plural. Now the 2-bedroom house that you purchased has to be a 4 or 5-bedroom house. You see how it works? It never is enough for the narcissist, and they wanted access to you. Another one, money. What does the narcissist love more than money? They love your money more than money. And when the when the money runs out, that's when the narcissist runs out. Well, let's say the narcissist had or didn't have money. What they wanted to do was burn through your money to make sure you were penniless. You were debt-ridden. You had no way to even buy a cup of coffee during lunch. And you would be asking them to, hey, can you lay off on buying all the packages, on all the deliveries, all the at-home shopping? I can't handle this. I mean, I used to have no credit card debt, and now I've got a credit card bill of a couple hundred or $1,000 every month, and I'm not even buying anything. Can you slow down, please? I want to build. And they would look at you and say, I can't believe this. All I'm asking for, or all I want, is to get some new clothes. The season's here, and I must have a new dress, or I need to get a new pair of shoes, or whatever it would be. Or, well, let's say they wanted a new pair of glasses. I don't know, whatever it wanted, but the narcissist wanted access to your money. Think about it. Let's stick on money for a moment. As you were in that relationship, I can assure you, you probably were watching your debt mount and your clarity disappear, but yet the narcissist seemed to be doing fine and dandy. They had the new car, they had the new iPhone, they had the mani, the petty, and the beautiful hair and everything, or whatever they had, but you didn't have it, did you? No. Why? Because your life was put on hold. And now the narcissist had direct access to you, the walking ATM. Yep, that's what you were. I was too. And they didn't care about you. They just said, as long as the money's coming in, I will tolerate you and I'll let you stick around. Now, did they say those things to you? Absolutely not. But remember, everything isn't how it appears to be with the narcissist, and the narcissists themselves aren't who they appear to be ever. Another thing that the narcissist wanted access to was your relationships. Think about it. What does the narcissist do with your relationships? Well, number one, they drive wedges between you and any of these people. Number two, they want to isolate you. Number three, they want to use the smear campaign. So the people that you, let's say, have known for 10, 20, 30, 50 plus years, they now look at you in a different fashion, a different light. And then what did they do? They began to slowly pick those people apart. And they slowly began to smear you to them, so those people weren't calling you or texting you or checking in on you nearly as much. Next thing you know, your whole support system blew up, and now these people who you thought were in your corner, they've been tainted. They've been turned to the dark side. Or maybe they weren't turned to the dark side. Maybe they just decided to not communicate with you for whatever reason. Any way you cut it, this is what the narcissist wanted. They wanted access to you and your friends or your relationships so they could slowly dismantle those. Another thing the narcissist wanted access to was anything that made you you. Example, your favorite food dishes, your favorite music groups, your favorite places you like to vacation, or your favorite restaurants, or your favorite types of cars, or your TV shows, or whatever it was. They stole all those from you. Every single one of them. Think about it. Think about, let's take a vacation spot you used to go to, or a restaurant, maybe it was in your city and it still is if you still live there. Well, you used to love going to that same vacation spot, or you used to love going to that same restaurant because you got great service and you know the people and the food's incredible. Well, all it takes is the narcissist to go to that restaurant for a couple times and they say, you know, this food isn't that good, or I found a hair in my food, or I can't believe it's taking so long to get service and you actually like this place, or I can't believe these prices, they're so overrated, or well, they would say whatever they wanted to. Or watch this one, here's an oldie but a goodie, you should know this one inside and out. Maybe the narcissist didn't want to blow up the restaurant with the food because they actually enjoyed the food. As long as you were paying, everything's fine and dandy, but maybe they were ignoring you, triangulating you at the dinner table. And maybe your dinner experience, which used to be so pleasant and bountiful before you met the narcissist, now it's sitting there trying to force down your favorite dish in the restaurant that you love so much, but the narcissist is ignoring you or triangulating you with one of their smartphones, or batting their eyelashes or showing the rosy cheeks to complete strangers, or being a little too close with the waitstaff, if you get my point. And you're frozen. You're sitting there, I can't believe this is happening. What is going on here? It's my favorite restaurant. They know it. I'm paying. I feel so great here usually, but now I don't feel like a complete stranger, and I'm not even communicating with the person that I fell in love with. That's how it happens. And the next thing you know, the narcissist has completely crept into your life. They disrupted it, dismantled it, disturbed it, and took it apart bit by bit. And before you know it, you became a shell of yourself. When you became a shell of yourself, you did, because I did, then you became really reliant on the narcissist for any type of information. Their mindset, what they were doing, why they were late, why they're not here, when you're gonna get together, etc. The point of that part of the video, and I don't talk about it nearly as much, and I will in the future, it's when you're so beaten down and broken down, but you don't know what narcissism is, and your whole support system's blown up. You have credit card debt to the eyeballs, you can't catch a break, and you are reliant upon the person who's abusing you, but you don't know it's abuse, you just know something's off. And that person is the only person that you're looking forward to communicating with, although you know that they're Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. You're in a very vulnerable, precarious situation. Again, I lived it for years. It's not a spot you want to be in at all, because the person who placed you in that devaluation stage, or the trauma bond, or the narcissistic fog, or all three, which are unique to themselves yet interchangeable to them, to each other, they all equal one word: toxicity. The narcissist knew that they placed you there. And how they placed you there, it's because they had access to you. Think about this. I've talked about this ad nauseum for years. What is the bookend aspect of the narcissistic relationship? Yeah, you won't hear about this anywhere because I created it, and so many other terms. Bookends are these. They're not just bookends on your bookshelf. You have a bookend here, books, and a bookend. And these are the two bookends that hold the books together. Okay, that's your definition of a bookend. Sure. But with the narcissist, it's when they were giving you the morning texts and emojis, blowing up your phone at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 a.m., saying, I love you, I miss you, thinking of you, how are you, good morning sunshine, those kind of things. And then what did you do? This is early days when you were in the relationship with them, or it was just building. Then you became really looking forward to those morning texts. And what were they doing? They were just drawing you into a bottomless pit of toxicity that you didn't even know existed. So that's how you started your day off. So there's your morning bookend. Then the evening, and that's not even counting the whole day, morning, afternoon, evening, with them blowing up your phone or texting you and you can't do anything. Then in the evening, before it's time to go to bed, what would they do? They would text you or call you again. Maybe when they were already in bed or claimed they were in bed, or maybe they would do one of these moves. No FaceTime or no video, just a quick audio call, and they claimed they're so tired. I'm really tired, but I just want to check in with you because I love you and I miss you and I'm thinking about you, but I don't have time to talk right now, so I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. Have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then click. And then you're thinking, oh my gosh, they do love me. They're thinking about me. This is so great. Well, not so fast. What you didn't know is the narcissist had their night clothes on and they were all dolled up or dressed up and they were going to go to the disco or wherever people go these days, but they just wanted to keep you on the hook while they were living their best life with your money. And you went to bed on cloud nine thinking that, yeah, I can't wait for them to text me in 5, 6, 10 hours. What were they doing? They were out with the new supply source, dancing it up, laughing it up, doing the Macarena, doing the salsa, whatever they were doing, and you had no idea. This is what happens over and over and over again. So the second part of the bookend is the night. Now remember what I just shared with you. In the morning, they started off your day, you went through the day, and in the night, it starts with the narcissist and it ended with the narcissist. Pay attention to bookends. They are extremely powerful. And I just touched on the topic. Those of you who have had one-on-one sessions with me, I've gone into the deep dive on the bookends and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But all these things equal access. And what you should have done by now, if you haven't, you will, is deny access to the narcissist, which means this. Go no contact. Block that person. Delete them. Get them off of your radar. Close the chapter of the book on them. If not now, when? You have to understand, the narcissist has that sixth sense. It's a predatory instinct. And if they realize that you are weak, you are vulnerable, or you haven't healed, at any point in time, they could try their best to slither back into communication with you. And that could set you backwards. That's what we don't want. What we want is you healing. What we want is you denying access to toxicity. What we want is you going no contact and ascending and elevating. The narcissist wants none of that. The narcissist wants you frozen in time, unable to move, inertia crawling all over your body. You can't get out of credit card debt. You can't get a job. You can't eat. You can't sleep. You can't function. No one's talking to you. And your life is spiraling downwards. I can say that because I lived that way for longer than I should have. And you know what? Truth of the matter is I should have never lived that way, and you shouldn't have either. But I did because I didn't know what I know now. Again, that's why I create videos every day to pay it forward to help you out. But all these things equal denying access to the narcissist. And what happens when you do it? Well, what happens is they have to slither off elsewhere, because they will deduce, if they haven't already, they will have figured out that you are the one that got away. You are the generational curse breaker. You are stronger than all of those who came before you. You are not tolerating toxicity. You are not tolerating manipulation, and you are not tolerating anything to do with the narcissist. When you do that, you send a clear, succinct message to said person that you have figured them out. When you figure them out, boundaries are necessary, boundaries are important, and your silence will speak volumes for you. Allow the silence to speak for you. And remember, as you're getting stronger, the narcissist is getting weaker. As they're getting weaker, more and more clarity is arriving in your mind. The clearer your mind gets, the stronger you get, and the weaker the narcissist gets. And this all starts with you taking one action: deny access to the narcissist. Have a small footprint. Control what you can control. Stay in the present moment, and understand the narcissist is dark energy. They are a shapeshifter. They will approach you coming in a tall body, a short body, male, female, everything in between, different ethnicities, different languages, different cultures, different time zones. They will be all over social media, because that's where they are. They'll be crawling over dating apps. They'll be on the bus you take. They will be sitting right next to you in the cubicle that you're working at. They'll be in your building. They're everywhere. But now that you know that, and you know they're everywhere, you need to understand that really slowing your life down and understanding by practicing radical acceptance that, yeah, you're out. When you're out, you stay out. When you're out, you heal. When you're out, you go no contact. When you're out, you deny access to the narcissist once and for all. And that's why you have to close the chapter of the book on the narcissist. This is the final act, and you're done. That's it. I am referring to communication with the narcissist. Now, the healing path, it is not linear. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, but in your time you will heal when you utilize the tools that I provide for you with each and every video that I'm creating. And from all the amazing, intuitive, and insightful comments all over the world, thank you very, very much for continuing to support the channel, the community, and pay it forward. Remember, at one point we all were what is known as the new supply. The new supply is the last person on the planet you want to be. Not a pleasant experience, because those people are in for a very, and I mean very, long road of toxicity, manipulation, lying, cheating, stealing, and worse. And they may not ever make it out. I made it out and I healed. My hope is you're out and you've healed, or you're healing. Any way you cut it, you need to understand something. Denying access to the narcissist is a pivotal, instrumental, and necessary step for your healing. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. A few quick things. One, I am outdoors. Yesterday, I couldn't create the outdoor video. I have been extremely busy helping the community. So I'm outdoors again. I love being outdoors. My hope is you are getting out, exercising, you're staying hydrated, you're moving your body if you can, and you are staying in a high vibrational state. And the second thing I will tell you is this. Yes, I'm wearing green on purpose. It's because it's August. Many of you know what this month means to me. And it's time for Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Mickey. Having said all that, I want to let you know, denying access to the narcissist, you need to do it. You need to take that step and just close the chapter of the book on them and see how you feel. There'll be a little learning curve. There'll be a little stinging for a period of time, but then you realize it's one of the best decisions you will ever make, and you won't look back, because you won't. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. And perfect Mother Nature out here. I love it.